I'm going to be telling you about the time that I spoke to a very powerful, beautiful Haitian woman who siphoned all of her wealth from a very evil middle-aged Caucasian woman. I don't even know how I was privileged to know this story, but I was. So my partner took me down south to Naples, and there was a very, very nice resort there, very wealthy. We were checking in, and it looked like she was obviously leaving. So it's a big parking lot. He said, hey, just stay here while I try and get things situated with valet. Just relax. So I said, okay, cool. Sat on the bench. I saw her walk over. She sat because she was leaving. Valet had to come get her car. I'm speaking with her. She reeks of wealth. Her hair is tied up in this white scarf, and she has a very long white skirt on. She's not wearing anything name brand, but that's how you know when people are very wealthy. So I'm just chatting with her. I'm an extremely social, very, forward person. So I said, excuse me, I hope you don't take this the wrong way, but how did you acquire your wealth? And she said, well, to be honest with you, I won a $20 million scratch off. And I started flipping properties and I opened up a bunch of businesses. And I said, wow, that's absolutely amazing. She said, yeah, it's a very interesting story. I come and visit this very same resort every year on this date the date previously for the anniversary of her winning the lottery. So she starts going into the story of telling me how she used to work at that resort as a maid. She was working there for two years straight as a maid. And there was this middle-aged woman that came in, Caucasian, very, very, very rude. But she was living such a lavish lifestyle, didn't have to worry about anything. She grew up with a silver spoon in her mouth. Her husband was very wealthy. They were known all over Naples. And when she came in, she was so beyond rude to the woman that was the maid that I was speaking to previously. So she said that she looked on her roster that day and saw that she just so happened to be having to clean that woman's room. So she goes into the room, cleans the whole place, finds herself into the shower, getting ready to wash the shower. The woman had taken a bath previously, and so that middle-aged woman's hair, the Caucasian woman, her hair was in the shower. So, mind you, this woman is very Haitian. So she said that she collected hair, and she told herself that if this woman was evil to her one more time, that she would think about doing an ancient voodoo spell that her grandmother had taught her when she was a child, but she never had the courage to do it. And it was to siphon and manifest the wealth of another person. So she said that she was just doing her thing for the day, and that woman came up and pushed her buttons and said very rude things to me. She didn't go into detail. So she said that she went home. She didn't touch base on exactly what she did, because she said, unfortunately, this is not information I could just give out, out in the open. But she said she went home, she did what she had to do with the hair, and it was in that same exact week, because this woman was very well known in Naples, the Caucasian woman, that it was all over the news. She got a divorce. The husband cheated on her. She lost every single penny that she owned. Every single penny. She had to move back in with her kids and get a job and try and support herself and everything like that. In that same week also, that woman won a $20 million scratch off. And from then she started, investing in real estate and other businesses. Effing crazy, right? And then in that nick of time, she just, wished me a great day, said thank you for, comforting her, and I have a great personality and I'm gonna make it one day. And she just got up the bench and left. And she looked back at me, and, for a brief second, I wanted to run out and ask her if I could be her, mentee. And then my boyfriend walked in, so, it's unbelievable. And this woman was so pure of heart, so melanated, so gorgeous. What the fuck? What? If you listened this far and you liked it, I'm glad that you did, but that's just a story that I want to eventually start writing and make into a little novel piece. Book talk.